Hello everyone, and welcome to Age of Bison. This is a casted game. We are going to cast McCleves against Kerimb. This is a ladder game. I think we are on Carillion Lakes, if I'm not mistaken. On the left side, in the color blue, we have McCleve playing his main civilization, Hauser, versus, you know him, you love him, it's Kerimb, and obviously he's playing Ottoman. For those who might not know, Kerimb is very known on the ladder for his Ottoman strats. McCleave on the other side is, as you may know, one of our resident caster here. So I will try to reserve bias as much as I can, but I hope to see McCleave be successful and winning this game. As we see Bonga Bonga, the explorer of McCleves, getting a 35 food treasure pretty much at the same time Kerimb explorer gets the 35 food treasure. A nice start. McCleves going pretty standard for now, selling the first cow at about 150 wood to get the hut and the hunting dog upgrade on the village dogs, which is a weaker version but cheaper version of hunting dogs. In terms of scouting, McCleves doing a very good job of seeing the treasures, and Kerimb more focused on getting set treasures. Kerimb starting with a shipment close to my own heart, 7 sheep and a homestead wagon. A very nice shipment. I'd even say a very nice sheepment if you intend to go for more defensive and turtle play, which is not that far off from 2 villagers and a half in terms of extra villagers second. On the other side, McCleves opting for the more standard 3 villagers. Do note that Hausa also gets a Senga cattle for all of their shipment, with the trade-off of a higher XP curve, which means the amount of experience you need for each and every shipment is higher than, say, for example, Ottomans that needs less XP to get their shipments. Kerimb aging with the naturalists, so 2 villagers and 2 cows. Obviously trying to maximize the effectiveness of the livestock pen. If we're looking at the treasure situation, Kerimb getting 35 wood, 40 wood. Kerimb getting a lot of wood. Ottomans tend to enjoy having a lot of wood, especially for the mosque tech. What did Kerimb do with it? I don't think we have something yet. We have a mosque, a house, and a trading post. So I guess he did get an easier time chopping for the house when going for the TP and the mosque. So another thing to note is that McCleves is, in terms of elo and in terms of amount of gain on the ladder, clearly the underdog here. Kerimb is very well known on the top level community for his Ottoman plays. He's playing his main squeeze, so McCleves definitely at a disadvantage in that regard. McCleves aging up with Hausa, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, Songhai. Songhai, because you have the big button here to dispatch raiders. Getting immediately a batch of raider in queue with the gold and he was also on food a lot. Keep in mind that a lot of its food income is buffed by the granary. There's only just the one here that is mainly herding. My guess would be herding towards this granary in the south, although that might be a bit of a hard herd. There's a lot of distance to cover. As the university comes up with a trading post, so McCleves sent in transition house hacking them a bit late, but he got there. More often than not, you want to send this shipment when the age 1 bar is about this way, between the I and the O if you're in English. And I think McCleves forgot about it, which is very understandable given all of the action that McCleves has to do. Sending 5 raiders and making 2 batches of 5, so for a total of 15 raiders. We might also see a Songhai pop in a minute or two. Very, very aggressive play from McCleves. Kerimb with I think the 2 frontier defense shield. So very turtley play from Kerimb here. Kerimb that has a very low HP villager. And that is opting to go with the scout. So very, very fast fortress for Kerimb. As for McCleves, he has a batch of 3 more raiders coming in. McCleves targeting the houses, making sure that Kerimb will be popped. And if he kills this house, he will be popped right after each turn. So that might deny a villager for a bit. And these tower absolutely blasting away those raiders. But keep in mind, those raiders are siege troopers. And I think raiders get less damage from towers, if I'm not mistaken. McCleves taking a very advantageous trade against the Delhi, even though the towers are really putting in a lot of work. McCleves with a very, very low mass now, 7 raider. But Kerimb is popped, or soon to be popped. Kerimb sending advanced frontier defenses, so really doubling down on the turtling. McCleves now sending 7 Fulani archers, I guess from a shipment. So McCleves seeing the towers, doubling down on the aggression, which is not something we typically see, because more than when you see turtling, you tend to end your rush and go for more of an economic play, because your opponent has invested so much resources into this, and you don't really want to do that. Another town center going up for Kerimb. The raiders making short work of these guys. Kerimb deciding to go ahead with the town center, and I think the raiders will kill this town center. This is going to be very close. Kerimb is... oh no, Kerimb is 30 seconds away from it. So 11 seconds, 9 seconds. This is going to be very close as McCleves kills the villages. The TC goes up and McCleves must be outraged right now. But 9 more raiders coming up. Kerimb has the wood to repair the town center for 200. We'll see if he chooses to do so. Keep in mind this position is now getting very, very hard to destroy it. And McCleves really putting the pedal to the metal and not letting go. The Bashi boats are gonna come out, but this would be too little too late. This town center is going down. And this is quite the blow for Ottomans. Ottoman is now popped, so these villagers won't come out until he makes a house. He has no wood anymore. The livestock is ready, however, so this is a lot of resources. This should be about enough with the market to go industrial. And I think Kerimb deleted his militiamen. We didn't see that, but I think he did. Reason being, he wants the Yarok to pop as fast as he can, and if he's popped, he won't be able to. He has no wood to do so. To do a house, to make a house. In terms of hunt situation, McCleves is feeling pretty good. There seems to be an unfortunate herd in there, but with a bit of time and herding, this bit of hunt will go there, no problem. Does he have... He did not scout the extra herd behind it, and unfortunately I think this villager had a shift-click bug. McCleves immediately realizing it. Good job on him. This can be sometimes the cause of frustration for a lot of us, and McCleves being on the ball and definitely seeing this. More Fulani archers, so we clearly have a composition from McCleves of Fulani and Raiders. In terms of score, McCleves is looking pretty good. We have a pretty decent score lead from McCleves. Keep in mind these sheep are getting eaten, and this will make for a nice score boost. The Spahis are shit, and I think Kerimb is now rushing towards the 4th age. And those raiders are getting massacred by the Spahi. This is really an insane trade. And McCleves recognizing it. The big bear with the oof. With the oof, because yes, that was a terrible trade for McCleves. McCleves opting to go for Berbers in H3, so this is a very intelligent play. You saw the Spahi, and I think he also scouted the deck. There is the Palace Intrigue. You know there's going to be some sort of Spahi timing. Or even Kerimb could flex into Cav Archers and Artillery. And in both cases, those Berber camels will make short work of it. So Berber, really nice option for McCleves. Really strong option for Hausa. That is getting nerfed in the next patch. We have confirmation about that. So there's a bit of a lull in the action. Kerimb has not scouted what McCleves is doing. Kerimb pretty content to just stay in base, boom, and getting to H4 with the Tycoon for 1,000 coin. Kerimb with 28 villagers compared to McCleves' 30, so this second TC is paying off, even though he lost the second TC. A pretty hard to raid base, 5 outposts, 2 TC, generation of villagers for free. so he doesn't have to use that much hunt. There was also the question of livestock that was eaten, so really not a lot of need for hunting or bringing this in. But we can say that Kerimb is on a timer. The livestock has run out. This hunt has not been brought in. He has in terms of moose, 3 of them. And one of them is like half HP, so it's not really 3. McCleves really targeting the house, and we see the Berber camels doing work on the cav archers. McCleves choosing to retreat to get a bit more mass and to keep his mass, most likely. McCleves choosing to go at it again. I think he's trying to find the Spahis. McCleves with a hot air balloon. Oh, I think, yeah, it's from he did get a native TP. So McCleves now knows where everything is. These Spahis are getting obliterated by the Javelin Rider. This is the revenge match. This is the grudge match. Like, the Raiders got obliterated by the Spahi, and now McCleves is back with a vengeance. The Raiders collapsing on the Abus gunner. Kerimb, even though Kerimb has a lot of towers, and McCleves has lost a decent amount of unit to the tower fire, McCleves is taking really good trades with the Fulani archers, always targeting the right units. With the Spahis, the last Spahi trying to get value, and does manage to get value, killing a few Fulani archers. Another wave of Bashi Bazuk being called from the other town center in there. And McCleves is beaten back. Kerimb sending again cavalry archers. And Kerimb sending the ASAP, so the new pikeman crossbowman combo with a ranged attack that kills goons and a hand attack that kills hand cannon. And as you can see, the ranged attack can also kill other units, because who would have thought a bow and arrow can kill stuff. So Kerimb going for an ASAP cav archer combination. I expect we might see the 2 Great Bombard coming up to deal with the potential mass of Fulani archers. What is McCleves doing on his end? He's massing Fulani archers, so really well played on McCleves to recognize what is the right unit to make. He understands the mass of cav archers. The hot air balloon from the Scientific Expedition, sniping the new town center of Kerimb. McCleves know where to strike. This town center is vulnerable and exposed. And I guess the Raiders are going... Yep, exactly. McCleves losing absolutely no time and heads towards this town center. Interestingly enough, he decides to go back. Maybe you think this is a trap? Or maybe he's just waiting for his light infantry. He knows there's a lot of cav archers out there. And this is a scary mass of raider. This is a lot of siege attack. The ASAP don't have a lot to counter here except the 8 Dragoon units. So this is a really nice fight for McCleves. As long as ASAP don't connect in melee with the raiders, Kerimb doesn't have a lot to contest the Fulani Archer mass right now. Is Kerimb shipping? So the two Great Bombards are popping, and this could be the make or break moment for Kerimb. Where does he ship them? This is a very nice positioning. The Great Bombard firing. McCleves going immediately. Oh no, this is not even stagger mode. He manually moved them, so excellent micro from McCleves. And a pretty disappointing result for Kerimb, because these Great Bombard did almost no damage and fell immediately to the Raider mass. And McCleves stopping Kerimb's plan dead in its tracks. And from there, I don't see how Kerimb can win this. McCleves has more than enough mass to contain Kerimb and to destroy his infrastructure. Kerimb trying to escape villages to get the hunt on the north. McCleves immediately beelining to the stable because he has the archer balloon. McCleves making an amazing use of the hot air balloon to gain line of sight on his enemy's plans and strategy. And McCleves playing his absolute best and bringing his A game, housing Kerimb again. At least that's the plan. And we can see we are in view where Kerimb is just struggling to get any kind of infrastructure going because these raiders are just obliterating everything that is remotely made of a brick and mortar. Nice villager micro here with the falconet going down. At that point, McCleves doesn't care for TCs, he's here for the houses. Kerimb severely housed, and this is where, you know, the mastery of McCleves comes in. He knows that if he goes for the TC, he's gonna lose a lot of units. So what does he do? Well, he's housing Kerimb, because when you house an autonomous player, or anyone for that matter, it's effectively stopping the town center for producing any kind of unit, but also military infrastructure. Right now, all of this infrastructure is muted. There's nothing coming out of it. And Kerimb slowly but surely making more houses. But by the time the houses come up, the stable is down. And this is very hard now to come back from for Kerimb. Kerimb smartly enough using the Eye of the Assassin to try and get every advantage he can get. The Capiculu Corps coming in, so these are the 5 or 6 players, remember. There is nothing to counter them, but there's just raw mass, so let's see how it goes. McCleves recognized, not cognizant of the fact that he is losing a lot of units to this Capiculu spy. McCleves, without a care in the world, he's not here for the spy, he's here for the villagers. And pretty interesting hold for Kerimb. McCleves gonna lose the whole mass to 5 units here. And let's see, McCleves immediately reacting with Javelin Riders. So the Fulani are going back, being saved by the Raiders. Spahi that will be worth 40 food in the next patch. so 400, sorry, food in the next patch. You will not be able to train them. This is a achievement only or tech, church tech, mosque, I'd say tech only kind of unit. But what it will, the advantage that it will give is that in the next patch, when you kill a Spahi, you will get 40 XP instead of the regular 28. So if you can deal with the Spahi, you will get essentially kind of a free 200 XP, even though you kind of earned it because Spahias are notoriously hard to kill. So McCleves with the 21 Javelin Raiders, and McCleves completely switching to Javelin Rider Mass. McCleves himself has enough rest to go for H4, and that's what he chooses to do. With the Akan, so really nice age up for Hausa, giving you a gold mine, giving you the ability to trade native musketeers, although keep in mind he could train them should he choose to send Gananchi. The Akan musketeer being a musketeer that is weaker in melee than regular musketeers, but has one area of effect at range, kind of shooting a shotgun with buckshot at the enemy. Kerimb is booming back up again. In terms of eco, it's not that far. 56 to 49, given the amount of pressure that McCleves put on Kerimb. Kerimb is really keeping his head above water, which is pretty impressive. I think a lot of us would have resigned at that point, but Kerimb is not one of them. McCleves knowing absolutely everything about Kerimb's life. This balloon must be really annoying for Kerimb. These Manchus are essentially useless right now. There's training raiders, but those raiders are not in the fight right now. Okay, now the Manchu might get some value, but the mass of Javelin Riders is downright amazing for McCleves. These field gun content to just do whatever damage they can do. They don't really hard counter anything. There is no infantry for Kerimb. And Kerimb managing to hold this. No, finally the mass is going down. And the griots, with their annoying trumpet sound, are making sure the Manchus don't get all the value they could get. So I think this looks like GG for Kerimb. And yes, Kerimb calling it. So McCleves winning this one, showing the strength of well-played Hausa, with a lot of map control, very aggressive, excellent use of Songhai Raid. Also goes to show that you can't do the same thing over and over. McCleves in the recording said that the fact that it was Kerimb and that he's known for more turtly and defensive Ottoman playstyle really helped him to fathom a decent strategy against him. So keep in mind that AoE3 is a strategy game, and you cannot do the same build over and over again. Else you might get punished by people that know your build. So this was a really interesting game. Let's see the post game. So McCleves ahead economically and quite definitively. So in terms of the villager population, we can see that even though Kerimb had the multiple TC pulling him ahead, McCleves' pressure kept him right back down. And in terms of resources gathered, this is also one of the perk of having the map. McCleves was completely on mines, on hunt. I think he was slowly losing the last hunt, but like he was pretty much hunting on Kerimb's side. Kerimb not being able to hurt in this hunt, uh, maybe being a bit overconfident in the fact that the town center here was protecting him. And again, very nice use of the Raider by McCleves. Also goes to show that McCleves really targeted the houses. And as long as a player is housed, all of their infrastructure is effectively muted, especially for Ottomans, because they produce their villager for free. So not only you cut off the villager source, you also cut off kind of a food source, because you get the equivalent of 100 food for free every time a villager pops out. If we look at the military score, McCleves did lose a gigantic amount of units, and Kerimb has a very nice kill-death ratio. This is more often than not the sign that you are bashing your head into a turtle, because the turtle player has not only home field advantage, but town center, and in this case, tower fire, so you lose a lot of unit for free. But this also goes to show that even though McCleves lost a huge amount of resources into this, he also gained agency, control of the map. Kerimb had to react with diminished means to do so. So it goes to show that sometimes really putting the pressure on, even though you're losing units, can be worth it, because you're really denying your opponent the opportunity to come back into the game. It's a really nice game from McCleves. Well played for Kerimb to try and keep his head above water, even though McCleves' pressure was too strong. And I really hope you enjoy that game, and I'll see you next time.